So you're trying to figure out how to quit weed, and I'm going to be here to show you. But first, let's find out if you're addicted. Is your mental health degrading at an alarming rate? Is the place around you getting dirtier and dirtier and your skin's getting worse and worse? Are you smoking weed right before you do anything important or right after? Like, do you have a schedule for smoking weed, or does your body? And watching this video is a good sign too. You found out that you're addicted. So now what? Why do we want to quit? Well, now we figured out that you're addicted, now we gotta figure out why do you want to quit? Well, firstly, it's expensive. If you look throughout your whole banknotes, throughout a whole year, you'll be spending maybe $1,000 to $2,000 on marijuana. Now, there's other physical and mental conditions it can cause, like cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome and cannabis-induced psychosis. So there's other things you should be quitting for. Now, a good way to find out all the reasons why you want to quit is to write them all down. Just go on a notepad or on your phone or something like that and write down each negative and positive thing that happens with weed with you. And this will help you find out your reasons. Now we have to look at your triggers. Your triggers for smoking weed. What makes you smoke weed? And a lot of people is when they wake up. I know, you're starting your day off wrong. A few other people, it's eating big meals or before eating. Like, some people cannot eat without smoking weed. And that's a really big sign of addiction too. Once you figure out your triggers, which you can find your triggers by just recording your habits throughout the whole day. Just record all of your habits from smoking. If you're chronically addicted, this is super easy for you. Now we have two pages. One with all positive and negative experiences that you get with weed, and one with all your triggers. Now, when quitting weed, you gotta start your day off right. You don't want to smoke weed from the time you wake up to the time you quit for good. How you want to quit is throw all your stuff away and quit cold turkey. I know, it seems extreme. Your mind's saying, oh no, I don't want to do it. I want to gradually move myself down. But that's not going to work, because I'll tell you, you're going to use weed as a reward system. And that's not good. Here's a couple of tips how to quit cold turkey. You obviously want to start your day off right, so throw all your stuff away the night before. And also, pick a good time to do it. Because your first 3 days, you're not going to get any sleep, you're not going to be able to function, and you want to keep your job. You want to have a couple days off, at least. Like, Christmas break is a perfect time to do it, because you have a week off, and you get through the first 3 days of, like, the withdrawals of marijuana. And they can be somewhat severe. You can start throwing up. You won't get any sleep, I can guarantee it. But that's fine, because your body will sleep when it sleeps. This is a healing process. This is good. Another pro tip is not seeing these things as bad things. Sure, you won't be able to function normally, but you're healing. Is your body healing? When you have all this brain fog and all these symptoms, it's your body healing, so it's a good thing. You have to really think of it that way. Another pro tip once you get through this is take ashwagandha, because it reduces stress. And stress is a really big trigger, and you'll find in your notes. Another thing that helped me was oral fixation. So things like gum and preferably not soda, but for me it was soda. Just have something in your mouth. I know it sounds dumb, but it really did help me. You gotta do what you gotta do if you want to heal yourself. You want to be better. You want to be a better person from this, right? The timeline of this will go around the first 72 hours is around when the symptoms of your withdrawal will peak. And unlike nicotine, you won't get these intense cravings. But however, whenever something bad happens, you're like, God, I can use some weed right now. Or when you have trouble sleeping, God, I can use some weed. You'll find the most of your urges will happen at night, because most people use it to sleep, even though their sleeping habits are still fucked up. Let's do a rundown of all the things we talked about today. Firstly, you gotta know if you're addicted or not, which is a pretty easy answer to find out. Then you write down all the positives and negatives experiences that you have with weed. Then you find out all of your triggers that you get with weed. You make a plan. Take 3 days off, take 5 days off, it does not matter, and quit cold turkey. You cannot quit any other way nowadays. There's too much access to weed. A lot of places it's legalized. That means you could just walk into any store and buy it. And not everyone has problems with weed. Some people can smoke weed once in a while and have a very healthy relationship with it. But you're not here for that. You have a very bad relationship with it. So you want to get rid of it for good. This is a very short summary of how you quit weed. There are a lot of methods for quitting weed. However, this is definitely the best one to go to because you cut it up for good and it's the fastest. And it is also the most successful. Dead people receive more flowers than a living one because regret is a stronger feeling than gratitude. And that's one reason why you're doing this, because you don't want to die addicted. If regret is stronger than gratitude, we want to live a life that's full, because gratitude is the opposite of depression. And if there's things stronger than that, we have to be stronger. This is my short guide on quitting weed. I'll be doing a longer one in the future. I hope you guys have a great day.